We have a brand new NBC News poll out this morning that's filled with some scary news for the Democrats. The overarching message: Americans have lost their confidence in President Biden and their optimism for the country. At least they have right now. Just 22% of adults say we're headed in the right direction. A shocking 71% say we're on the wrong track, and that includes a near majority of Democrats who are saying that.
That's NBC News' Chuck Todd making a shocking admission about some terrible polling numbers from NBC News that seems to be putting Democrats on edge ahead of the elections on Tuesday.
Joining us now to discuss, our panelist, Jennifer Kerns, host of All-American Radio. She's also a Newsmax contributor. Hal Lambert is here as well, former Ted Cruz National Finance Chair, and Jonathan Harris, a Democratic strategist. Great to see our panelists on this Monday morning there. Some spooky polling numbers on Halloween that we saw yesterday from Chuck Todd. Jen, start us off here, the conversation. The fact that only 71% of Americans think the country's going in the wrong direction. What does that tell us about where we're at right now?
Well, Emma, it tells us as a nation that we are greatly suffering. You know, the right track, wrong track poll is historically the most important poll to tell us about the pulse of the country, about their feelings of the president, and about the feelings of the party that's in the White House. The fact that Joe Biden and his party and his administration is polling at 71% on the wrong track tells you everything you need to know, and should tell the White House everything they need to know as they deny the border crisis, as they deny a supply chain crisis, chalking it up to treadmills for rich people. This is something that the vast majority of Americans are concerned about. The other figure, Emma, that I thought was quite interesting was Joe Biden now has an approval rating at just 42%, which is a lot lower than Donald Trump was, even when he was in the midst of the Russian collusion witch hunt investigation. This is not a good day at the office. It makes you wonder if he went overseas to try to get away from some of his domestic agenda.
Jonathan Harris, going back to the 71% of the country saying they're headed in the wrong direction, according to an NBC News poll, Chuck Todd actually sets this up as scary news for Democrats. Is he accurate?
I mean, it depends on what your views are about polling. I know that it's interesting to me, at least, that, you know, when Trump was on the end of one horrible poll after another horrible poll, Trump supporters constantly said, "Oh, these polls are fake news. They're out to get him. They're not, they're mainstream media, establishment media." It's just interesting that they like polls when they negatively reflect, I guess, the opposing party. It's interesting to point out that Biden is at 42%. Trump's approval rating when he left office was 34% with Gallup, significantly lower. Biden's average is 51%, which is 10 points higher than Trump's average was when he left office. So, I mean, I think it's an indication. Absolutely. It's an indication of, what happens. I mean, Biden was asked about this recently, and he said essentially that his mind is in the long game, that presidential approval ratings go up, they go down, but that he believes if he delivers for the American people on what he promised, that his poll numbers essentially will rebound, but that's essentially where his mind is, not in the short term. He hasn't even been in office for a year yet. But again, like I said, his poll numbers right now are 42%. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump's, when he left office, was 34%. So he's doing significantly better than the administration that we just recovered from.
All right, Hal, go ahead, Jen, really quick.
The right track, wrong track poll is significant. It is not the same as an approval rating. It's significant.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.